In order to run a TestCafe test with the default configuration, we just need to run npm run end-to-end, npm run end-to-end, which will actually pick the package.json configuration, the first one from here, and we'll run the test with just one instance of the Chrome browser that we defined here from the test folder that we specified in our script, which is this test folder. Basically, we'll just look for any test that it's in this folder. So if we run this test, we'll just run our test with the default configuration. This is where the Chrome browser is pinned off, and it will open the example URL that we defined in our test, which is here. If we go back to package.json and we want to run the test with multiple instances of a browser, of one or multiple browsers, what we have to do, we have to make use of the -c option or -concurrency option that TestCafe provides us, and this will allow us to spin off to start multiple instances of the browser and run the test against those free instances. So let's have a look. So basically, if we want to run the test with a different configuration, let's run it with a development configuration. Let's add the -c option, and let's put here -2 for the concurrency option, and we'll see that 2 instances of our Chrome browser will run, and we'll wait for tests to run against those instances. At the moment we have just one test. As you can see, we have 2 instances that were spinned off. We have just one test in our test file, which is the test that opens our URL. So basically this will just run against one instance. Basically, if you have multiple tests, it will be much faster because each instance will run one test from your test folder. Now, what we can do more than that, we can actually run the test in parallel against 2 different browsers. So we can actually put Firefox here, and we'll actually run against Chrome and Firefox at the same time. So let's see, we're expecting 2 instances of Chrome browser to open, which are these. As you can see, the Chrome here, which will run just one test against one of it. And now we have 2 instances of the Firefox browser, which will also wait until it runs one test. The other will not do anything because we have just one test, and eventually they will close and will report us the results. We have the tests that were running in Chrome 76 and Firefox 68. These are the versions against our macOS system, and we have just the test that we defined in our test folder. This is a easy way to run tests in parallel that is offered by TestCafe, so it's quite useful and would save a lot of time. I completely recommend it for everyone that uses TestCafe to make use of this -c option. If you run it on local, if you run it on any CI/CD, would be quite useful, and your test will run much faster.